There we go.
Let's get it a little bit of zoom. Do you not like this room?
No, I don't mind this room at all.
Okay. Welcome to Fet Talk Radio. I have Katherine Cane with me today.
Hello.
Wait, what's the date today?
It is the 28th.
I should know that because it's Gay Pride today, and there's all kinds of weird stuff going on outside in the streets.
Everybody.
It's impossible to get parking around here.
Thank you.
Everybody in the building is all stressed out. There's all kinds of
There's an event
barricades
here of some
going on.
sort.
And I hear there's a
Protest, potentially?
potentially a protest coming up here outside, which will be fun for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I might put a damper on my day here. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be good for traffic. We'll see.
Yeah.
I have pizza over there.
Well, I don't want to eat and talk at the same time.
You don't want to eat and talk? Okay.
I'm going to talk with my mouth full. If I can avoid it.
I don't know why. I thought you were going to be finishing your show at this hour. I'm so disorganized.
You know, I had a shoot earlier today in Oakland for a friend's
How did that go?
clips for sale store. Since we're at the Armory, I won't drop the name. Just, conflict of interest,
okay.
Sensor and Kink's building. It was good. Did all sorts of stuff.
Is that where I see a new mark here? Is that
Yeah,
from?
I got some rope marks. These
Rope
are
marks.
old. These
Yeah.
are from camming, self-inflicted.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I have a few little rope pickies here.
That's a
and
nice one
there.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been doing this for a couple of years.
About 2 3/4 now. It'll be 3 in October as far as camming and actually shooting for Kink.
Was it out of someone's suggestion to do it, or did you always want to do it and try to find your way into
Well,
it?
when I started camming at Kink, it was your way to get your foot in the door to start shooting here.
So you cammed first,
Yes,
Okay.
I cammed first to get noticed.
and you got noticed.
I got noticed. I've shot for Kink.com quite a few times now. It's over 20 shoots. I'm not sure the exact number off the top of my head, but it's been fun.
I'm not sure either, but I know I've seen them all.
Aw, thank you.
Confession, you're my favorite.
Aw.
I think about a year ago, I was trying to figure out how to get a hold of you to have you on the show.
Really?
Yeah, but I just could never.
The truth
reach
comes
you.
out.
But yeah, I mean, just there's a lot of really beautiful girls, and definitely my favorite porn perving place in the world, and I love it. Now I'm in the building. It's kind of cool. It's funny how things evolve.
It was my favorite porn perving place in the world until I started working here, and now it's like, I know too many of these people.
Yeah.
And I've actually done all this stuff. Like, I can't even watch porn anymore. It's just, unless it's like hentai or something and totally out of this world, not possible, tentacles and that sort of thing. It's just like, I make porn. Why would I watch it?
So if you see something that's really like you said, out of this world, impossible, do you ever want to try to achieve things that no one else has done before? Or push your limits to...
Well, in a way. I mean, I don't want to have sex with a tentacle monster and get ripped in half.
Oh, come on.
But
you fantasize about it.
A little bit.
You just don't want to make
maybe.
the movie.
More like I just get off on watching it, not putting myself in it. But I'm much more of a voyeur in different ways now too, because I get so much of the exhibitionist out that sometimes just watching, I just
Yeah.
that's become more of a thing for me.
There's definitely some very intense Japanese creations.
Yeah. Not all of them are for me. I'm not a fan of vomit.
I sometimes wonder what my limit is. I see some stuff that makes me just oh my god, and then I have to watch it anyway. That's good.
See, I have not even seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I've had so many people try and sneakily send it to me, like when it first came out, like, see this cute kitty video, and it's like, no, that's not that. You guys are silly, and I just.
You bastard. Oh, he's back again.
Hi, Leo.
Okay, Aslan, what's up? I'm getting text messages from you, but I'm in the middle of a show. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? I mean, you can ask Katherine questions anytime you want on her show, but this is kind of more of a personal, candid thing, not a will you stick this in your ass for me thing.
I don't know. We have conversations in my room. Normally in the public chat, I try to gear things towards just like talking. If it's not like, let's go private, will you do this? And it's just like, well, you people are here for entertainment, so chat with me. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, try to go the extra mile.
What's the dirtiest thing you've ever done on cam?
Dirtiest thing I've ever done on cam.
And dirty is relative, because, you know, like we were saying earlier,
I have trouble answering questions like
dirty
that.
to me is not like the whole like eating poop and what was that called? 2 girls in a cup?
Yeah.
That's not that dirty to me.
I
But
don't
somebody
know.
else would just vomit in their mouth.
Dirtiest is hard to answer, like maybe weirdest. Someone had me drool into a cup for 45 minutes and then I drank it.
And nothing else?
No,
Was that like the whole
that
thing?
was the whole 45-minute session was me drooling and me like sucking a cock to make more drool though. It wasn't about, it was just like, how can we get you to drool the most? Well, the gag isn't quite doing it. Maybe if I suck on a dildo, because I drool a lot when I do that. Yeah, try that. And they just wanted me to get enough drool to have a good like shot of.
You tied up or anything?
No.
No.
No, I was just sitting and drooling into a cup. I mean, I didn't mind it. It was kind of fun. I kind of like spit, especially like my own drool doesn't weird me out or anything, but.
Huh.
It's probably like, I mean, though it's, as far as privates go, that's not the usual.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's like that dirty though. I mean.
Have you done like, have you done kinkier or weirder or sicker things off camera that no one would ever see?
There's definitely certain things we aren't allowed to show.
Yes.
Here.
That's true.
Yes.
Like needle play, for instance? Do you like needle play?
No, I scar way too easily for that. I mean, these are like cat scratches.
Scars are nice.
Yeah, but I already have so many of them.
Okay. So the things that are not allowed here are poop and pee and blood and vomit.
Yes.
And now electroplay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody got hurt. I don't know if you can do it at home. It might. I don't know if it's just.
Well,
in the
I know we
building.
don't have zappers that are given to us here in our toy kits anymore, but I didn't know there was a direct ban on electroplay.
It might be a new thing.
Here. Yeah, that's news to me. Though I don't have any electro toys right now, anyways, so hasn't affected me or come up.
Do you like electroplay?
I love to hate it. It's one of the few things that I'm really scared of.
Do you ever take classes? I've been taking classes lately.
Not really. I don't live in the city, so there isn't as big a availability of that sort of workshop thing. I've demo bottomed for a strap-on class that Rain the Great taught here. And I try to pay as much attention as I can. Like, I do self-bondage, and it's all just what I've learned from being tied, you know? So I learn from life, you know? Master class with the best performers and professionals. Sure, they don't walk me through step by step, but
I've taken classes. I've taken 3 workshops, classes, whatever, just like in the last few weeks. couple of them were things that I have, had many years of experience in already, but taking the class was really like refreshing because there was just new things. I was a body piercer for 16 years.
Really?
And I did play piercings the whole time. But to go and, watch someone else do it.
Have you ever done the suspension piercings?
Hooks,
yeah.
I've done it to other people.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I've done it once to one other person, and he is now one of the top people that do suspension in the Bay Area.
I have a few friends that have gotten into that. Personally, I have a nice tattoo on my back, and so that area is out, and I don't want to start with knees. Plus the burping the air out of your skin after the fact. I don't know if I could deal, to be honest.
I can't believe
the pain part would be fine, but the air under my skin is just
and it's
weird.
painful.
I'm sure, but
push it out. Yeah, so I've heard. But I can't believe people are doing suspensions from their abdomen. I just can't imagine. Just getting a tattoo here is incredibly painful to me.
I don't know. I haven't been tattooed there, so.
So where are you tattooed?
Just the one back tat.
That's
from
it.
Shoulder to
just
above my bum.
Lynn saw my tattoo today.
Which one?
I have a tattoo that goes from my ankle to my ass.
What's it up?
Can't tell you.
Okay.
Someday, I'll show it to you, but not today.
Maybe. Or maybe I just don't want to know.
Or you could just go on Fet Life and see it.
Oh, okay. Well.
No, actually, I'm just teasing. It's a samurai frog.
Nice.
With a mushroom shield, and he's on a lily pad, and he's about to have a fight with a samurai warrior. So.
That's cool.
I'll show it to you if you'd like to see it.
See, guys, I don't care.
This is the first time I'm taking my pants off in Kink.
What
Kink.com,
are fun master slave games I've played on camp? I wouldn't say there's so many games.
Can you adjust that?
Let's zoom in on this tattoo here, folks. I don't know if there's
Can you do
really
that?
any
Does that work?
games I've played.
All right. There you go.
That's as far down as it goes.
So,
I mean, I've done plenty of talking sessions to answer your question, but I don't know about games. I don't really play games.
Okay, so here's the
that's
frog.
awesome.
He's got this sword. He's got a little kimono. Where is it? Right there. He's wearing a kimono with a backpack. And it's all very hard to see because it's so dark. Lily pads down there. Oh, there you go. There you go.
It's been a long time.
Oh,
I'm not used to using these remotes anymore now that I camp from home so much. That is some good work.
Yes. Matt Hamlet is the artist.
And then
over here, you can see this guy. He doesn't have a face, but he is.
Come on. Why are your buttons sticking?
There we go. Keep going. Keep going. Anyway, there's the samurai warrior that he's fighting. And his face is going to get done soon. I wanted to leave it blank because I wanted someone else to put my cat's face in it.
Your cat?
I have a very interesting and unusual cat, and she died. But I wanted to put her face in the samurai warrior's face.
I can understand.
She's a warrior.
Your cat, yeah.
She was the love of my life for over a decade.
That's how I feel about my cat that's been missing for 3 weeks now.
I heard about that. Do you live in the city or do you live in the wilderness? Because if you live in the wilderness, your cat gets out.
I live in the wilderness.
Yeah.
It's an area that doesn't have many predators for being in the wilderness. Like, we haven't heard any coyotes the entire time we've lived there. I talked to all the neighbors just seeing if he was eating food at someone else's place, and no one's really had any incidents in our neighborhood for quite a while. And so, it's just one of those things.
Well, 3 weeks is a long time.
It is, yes.
How have you had the cat for a long time?
About a year.
So it's not like a new cat that doesn't know her way home.
No. Yeah, but I mean, though cats are like children, it's at the same time like sometimes you have to accept when it happens because
yes,
it does happen occasionally.
Sometimes they just grow up and move away, and sometimes they get addicted to drugs and get lost in life. Okay, why is Froggy fighting a samurai, and will the samurai get?
I don't know what GW stands for.
Bush's face, George Washington Bush's face. No. So I was working in a tattoo shop. From who? And the tattoo artist had been working on this for someone else, and when he finally got the artwork done, he couldn't get a hold of the guy. But he really liked the artwork and he wanted to put it on someone. So he came out and said, "Who wants a free tattoo?" And everybody else was already tatted up. I was the only person there that had any
I'm the only person with space.
real estate. So, yeah. So I got a free tattoo.
Well, he kind of has to be since his producer keeps texting him. That's why he keeps checking his phone. It's not about ignoring me. Anon. 3239.
Well, I don't want to keep you from doing your show. We've been talking for...
I don't know how long now. I didn't set up on see when we started.
It's been about an hour.
Oh.
And I have pizza for you if you'd like it. And I'm hungry and I'd like to eat some pizza.
I think it might be pizza time. Well, guys, it's been fun. I'll be back on probably about, I would say 7:30, about half an hour from now.
Okay, it's almost 7 now.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for sitting with me.
It's a pleasure to get to chat with you finally.
Yeah. I know, it's been a long time that I've ordered this.
Do not need this. I don't need these images in my head and like really.
I have seen. I saw it. I wasn't really impressed with it. It wasn't that disgusting to me, but I've seen worse things.
I just don't need
it's
it.
one of those for the general public, you know, like your college frat boys who don't really see a lot of weird stuff. I can see how they would be like, you know, forcing each other to watch it without throwing up or something, but I don't think it's very unusual to me. I've seen way worse things than that.
You just admitted to being a super pervert, not just a normal one.
I'm not ashamed of that. If I had a superpower, it would be a perverted one. So, what would your superpower be? Better yet, let me ask you this.
Would I have to use it for good?
Well, that's part of the question. That's part of the question. So, and statistically, people who are asked, you know, if you could be, if you had the power of flight or the power of invisibility, which would you prefer?
Would I be invisible all the time?
No, at will. No side effects or anything.
See, I wouldn't really want either of those. Like, mind control would be what I'd go for.
What about stopping time?
No.
No?
No. I wouldn't do that.
Okay. And I was listening to this episode of NPR. NPR, my favorite station by far. Great stories on there. And somebody like asked all these questions about superpower, and then followed up with what would you do with it? And across the board, the first thing was either illegal or immoral that everybody would do.
World peace.
Nobody would choose like good stuff, good like
clearly
helping
there's no
humanity.
Miss America candidates on there.
They would eventually, but not as a first thing. It's like I'd stop time so I could rob a bank, or, you know, it's just like personal gain or something like that. So I thought that was interesting. So I've always had dreams about flying when I was a kid. Like sleeping at night, I would dream that I was flying, or breathing underwater.
Ooh, both those
You ever had
things.
those?
Both like underwater stuff freaks me out and heights freak me out.
Oh.
Though being able to breathe underwater, I think would fix like my fear, because drowning is just like I will never do water bondage. Like I just drowning is too big a fear of mine.
I think that's how I'd like to die.
I hear it's peaceful. I've met a few people who drowned and were technically dead and then revived, and they're like, actually, after you let go, it's just really calm.
Last year, this sounds kind of weird. Last year I drowned while sleeping about 6 or 7 times.
Like dreamed you did,
No,
or
no.
have sleep
I
apnea?
woke up. I actually was laying with my mouth on my back, and for some reason I would start salivating, and then the saliva would go down into my. I would inhale my own saliva, and I would wake up not being able to breathe, because your throat closes up when you get water in it.
Taking water in.
And I would sit up and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't like just let it open. It would take me like 2 or 3 minutes to just like force myself to control.
That's so scary. That's like
It
the
is
worst
scary.
feeling to me. Like I cannot do hand over mouth suffocation, like rebreather masks, like that feeling of trying to get air and not getting it just freaks me out.
Where do you think that comes from? Did something happen to you that you remember?
No,
Like, you never like had a near death drowning?
No,
or anything
it's
as a
just
child?
like brain response. Like I love getting choked. Like that, I love, but that feeling of trying to pull in air is just immediate panic response. Like I've punched people before that I was playing with, like openly being like, "Can we try this? This excites me. Let's do it. I'm scared of it, so let's try it." And it's like that level. Just like it's not a fear that my brain is going to be able to overcome. Like it just goes so much into my primal fears that I can't rationalize it and take it on like most things. Like brain shuts off. Automatic.
Have you ever tried doing it yourself? Just like holding your own breath like for a really long time?
Yeah, I can't hold my breath that long.
No?
And like even going underwater in pools, like I don't know. I don't really like try to stay under that long, It's like when I feel like I need a breath, I go to the surface as fast as I can.
That was one of my challenges as a child, holding my breath. My record is 5 minutes underwater.
That's pretty, like, you could be a Navy SEAL.
But that's not swimming. That's just
No.
being completely still.
But that's really a high level of breath holding.
Yeah. I think it has to do with having grown up with asthma and like having to learn to breathe when I can't.
Yeah.
So, and that might be why I have the fantasy of dying by drowning, just because it's like my lungs have been a fucked up issue my whole life. Still. Flying, no, none of that.
No, I mean it'd be great, cause like today with absolutely no parking.
Yeah.
I could fly here and I'd be
Exactly.
here, but like flying with all my toys would kind of suck. Like carrying stuff, would that screw up your flying? And also just like I don't know. Fly home after a night of drinking, maybe that wouldn't turn out the best, like
yeah.
times you wouldn't drive, or like, oh, I'm really tired, but I have to fly home, I feel like that'd be more dangerous. I mean, you shouldn't drive really tired or drunk, but
flying, what are you gonna hit?
the ground.
A tree? Another flyer?
Through someone's house.
Yeah, that would be funny.
I think that I would screw up and hurt myself really bad.
But you also have to, I mean, in these superpower fantasies, you have to, I don't know. See, I never incorporate the idea of other people are watching you fly, right?
True.
Do they simply acknowledge, oh, well, she's one of those people that flies, or is there used like suddenly this strange phenomenon? I don't know. if I had secret powers, I wouldn't want anyone to know. I would want it to be like super discreet.
I don't know. I'm one of those people that's like not really good at keeping big secrets.
Oh. Okay. Then
I mean, I like do, but like, if I had a superpower, there'd have to be at least one person that I was like, hey, I can do this.
Yeah, there would have to be one.
And
person.
anytime you need me, I'll be there. You know, like if I could fly, I will pick you up whenever. You know.
Okay, but you do have a superpower.
What's that?
You tell me.
Like my actual superpower.
What are you capable of doing that no one else can do? I mean, few people can do. Your pain tolerance, for one. You have a high pain
There's
tolerance.
so many tough girls, though. I'm nothing special. I don't know.
Well, I think you do.
Oh, well, thank you.
I think, well, maybe I haven't watched everyone else's shows, but Pink is up there. She's like one of the highest.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've done two girl shows with her, and yeah, she's a tough one too. Like that's why I'm just like, come on, there's other. I don't know. I'm not really one to toot my own horn too much though.
Hobbies. What do you do when you're not working? You have other stuff that you're interested in?
Sort of. I've been neglecting a lot of my hobbies lately. I like art. I like writing.
Like fine art? Like painting?
Yeah,
drawing?
well, soft pastels.
Soft pastels.
Is my favorite medium.
Do you have a collection, or do you just do stuff for yourself?
Well, I've done a couple things. Most of them I've just given to people because they're portraits of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've had a few projects in mind for a while that I just haven't got around to starting because supplies are really expensive and
They are.
finding the time to really commit because I'm the queen of starting things and not finishing them when it comes to creative endeavors.
You would not believe how many projects I've got in the fucking...
I'm like 3/4 of the way through a novel that I've let sit for 2 years now. I've been working on embroidering the back of a jacket. Yeah, needlepoint.
That's something that, like, you can do that when you're just relaxing.
I can, but you know, then like you have to buy more thread, or like you just don't feel like picking it up. I've been working on that for almost 3 years now, just because I get in moods where it's like I have a week where I can just sit with it every day, and you know, relax in my evening and do it, and then it's just like, not right now, and then it sits.
Yeah, I can't. I have a project that I started 20 years ago, and it's still sitting there waiting for me to move on it.
Yep. Though sometimes it's good to have those things, because it gives you something to look forward to, like when I have the time, which I will one day.
But I always do have the time, and then I do something else. But I would really have to clone myself.
To get everything done that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
I would never clone myself. I do want a real doll of myself, though. Really badly.
There's the company that makes them is here.
Really?
In South San Francisco, Real Doll.
Oh, I didn't know that. I watched the documentary on them, the Guys and Dolls documentary.
Yeah.
I think the guy who's monogamous with his doll is adorable. Like, he just loves her so much, and oh gosh.
I watched a documentary on the factory. I'm pretty sure it's here.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize it's been a really long time since I saw it. But yeah, that's something I've always wanted, is a real doll of myself. Not because I'm really vain and want to have sex with myself. Like, that's kind of an interest, but mostly because we never truly like see our own face. We only see each other in mirrors, and so it's like the closest way to being intimate with myself, short of a clone.
But you wouldn't be able to have a conversation with yourself. You wouldn't be able to see your facial expressions in that conversation.
No, not really. But I feel like it would give me a better idea of, like, this is me as a person, you know, like as an actual like body thing.
Yeah.
Plus, it'd just be so much fun to go out with her and be like, oh, your twin sister's so quiet. Yeah, she's a really easy one, though. Not much of a talker, but slobbing her around.
She's got a real high
drunk. She's not even walking. You're dragging her. Don't worry about it.
Put her in a wheelchair. She's got a broken leg.
Oh.
Okay, that's funny. Hobbies, yeah. I mean, there's just so many things. You've been in, you grew up here in California, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I know, I'm not blonde or tan, and I don't surf. Hard to believe I'm a California girl.
Is that your natural hair color?
No. My natural hair color is very dark brown.
Okay.
Like my eye color, basically. So, it's not a far cry from it. Just slightly more dramatic.
This is kind of odd.
Is that your natural hair color?
It is. It is. What do you mean, is that my natural color? I don't even know what color it is. Is it pink? No. I had to cut my hair off a couple of years ago because I got tired of dyeing it black. I wanted to just be gray.
I'm getting there, but there's this like hairstyle.
You know what my inspiration was?
What?
Van.
Really?
Yeah. Because I've always had a big old crush on. You know who? I don't know if I should even mention her name. But, for years.
Because I kind of thought you two looked alike, sort of.
And yeah, well.
Like similarly.
Me and Van?
Yeah.
I saw, when I first met him at the Edwardian Ball, just briefly, and I think I was wearing the same thing that he was wearing, a gray tailcoat and a top hat.
Yeah.
And it was just like one of those. I like that look, And I had dreads for about 10 years, and they were just really, really long. And I just finally got up enough courage to cut them off. And
yeah, I don't think I could do dreads personally.
Why not?
I just
too weird.
Well, it's not that it's weird. I mean, California, you see dreads a lot. And it's not that I'm like, I don't know, against hippies or anything like that.
That was my big thing too. I never wanted people to look at me and think that because I have dreads, I'm a hippie.
Well, it's just as validly a goth look, technically, and it can be a rocker look. Like, there's all sorts of people with dreads. It's just, I need to have like flowy hair.
It is kind of nice. I mean, after a decade of not being able to do this,
yeah,
it feels kind of nice. So I don't know. I've thought about like letting it dread up again, but maybe I won't. But now I lose my hair. I never lost my hair when it was dreaded. It just incorporated itself in. But yeah. I used to like, I think the first person I ever saw with dreads was a model, and he was wearing a suit. And he wasn't at all, like, no facial hair, he was clean shaven, very well spoken, and good posture, and well dressed, and I just thought, that's a cool look. And that's kind of what I thought. I imagined myself to look like what I would. But I mean, I never dressed hippie-like or anything, so.
Yeah.
I usually wear sports coats and stuff, or suits. But yeah, so no dreads for you. Do you ever wear wigs?
Not really out and about.
No, I mean for like webcamming, just for fun.
No, not for camming. Well, I have when I dress up for Halloween. In October, I wear a different costume every show. And so I wear my blonde wig when I wear my Alice costume. But between that, my only like other wig I own is a cosplay wig for my Ray Ayanami costume. So
okay.
I've been thinking about getting clip-in extension things. Because I've never had super long hair.
There's a couple of girls here that I trip out on because they have no hair, but I see them on their show, and they have long hair.
Well, I mean,
nice wig, you know, it looks real, but I see them outside of that. I didn't even think they're the same person.
Dolly Parton's almost bald. She has very short hair and wears wigs, and she has for a really long time.
She's always worn wigs, though, hasn't she?
Yeah. I mean, it's practical if you're gonna spend money on wigs, but I just would worry about them falling off all the time, and like, I find when I wear like the long blonde one, like I'm just like, oh my god, because it's synthetic hair too. Like you have to spend a lot of money for good ones. It's just like you get stuck in it because it doesn't fall like hair does. I don't know. I wear like one of the caps under it, so there's a layer in between the two. It doesn't get that itchy, but I don't know. I just feel like it'd be hard to, for me at least, to like do cam shows all the time in one.
But I mean, haven't you ever thought about just trying to? I mean, for instance, I don't know if anybody would notice, or if anybody would, or how long it would take for people to catch on if you created a second name and signed on as a different person with a wig on. And
I don't know.
You should try it.
I don't know if it's worthwhile or if they'll even let me do that.
Who?
Like here, because they already have me on file with one identity, you know.
I have 2 accounts.
You're a little different though. You're not on the payroll. They might like throw a sniz about. I mean,
well,
I don't know.
I think that if you had a second personality that was also making money, I don't think they'd have a problem with that.
No. Probably not. I don't know. I don't, like, when I first started working here, I established, like, a clique of members that were there every show, whenever I was on. And I have a few regulars now that will stop into my show if I happen to be on when they're available. And that, you know I'll get to have fun with if they show up. But I don't have as, like, solid a group of people. Like, there's 1 or 2 people that will always show up. But not the same, like, following base since we switched platforms. Because it just kind of changed the setup a lot. So I don't know now. Like, sometimes I won't see any familiar screen names at this point in time, even though I've been here so long. Like, depending on if I log on a different type of day than I normally do.
So you don't have like a set schedule?
No, I make my own schedule.
Okay. Because like I was talking to Pink yesterday, and she's every Monday, every Friday. Her fans can count on her being on those 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, I basically mostly log in the afternoon till like 5 or 6 when I'm coming from home right now. And that's, I mean, it's pretty regular. Sometimes I'll get on later than others, but, you know, I enjoy the fact that I make my own schedule and let my days go as such.
That's very convenient.
I'm pretty unstructured. Not that it can be.
I have to hire someone to keep my schedule for me. I'm so bad at.
Well, I used to be a secretary.
Really?
Yeah, that was my first job actually.
Well, that's perfect. I've had to hire people who are just like all over the place like myself. As long as they're tethered to their phone like I am. Because whenever something comes up, I don't have the time to like, get a computer and log it into my.
Yeah.
But I can send a text message right away to whoever and say, could you log this for me?
Well, see, that's why I love smartphones. Like, I love smartphones, and at the same time, I kind of hate them, and how, like, much of my life is available through my phone to, like, companies, and, like, just maybe the government. I don't know. There's so many, like, potential conspiracies with it. I know some people are like, I will never get a smartphone. But I love just, like, having my email in my hand without having to turn the computer on or anything, being connected and being able to browse and like all that. Wherever I am, if I'm lost, I can get directions, and it's pretty great.
It is. I was just talking to someone, I think yesterday, who has a stupid phone because she has a smartphone and she's like on it so much that she's distracted like us.
Well, yeah, there is that factor.
I drive. I'm always driving, and it's like, you know, trying not to.
Well, see, you texted me while I was driving, and I didn't reply.
Right, I texted you while I was driving.
Well, I was just like, oh, I got a text message. Oh well, it's gonna have to wait.
I finally got the little dashboard thing.
Yeah.
So that I don't have to like pick it up. Because I got stopped by the cop the other day, and I didn't get a ticket. I have a tip for you. I have a tip for all of you. This is something that a cop told me, and it works for me every time. When I get pulled over, I take the keys out of the ignition and I put them on the dashboard in front of the steering wheel, and I put both hands on the steering wheel, and I don't take them off, and I roll the window down to make sure it's open so when the cop comes up.
See, my window doesn't roll down. But I haven't gotten pulled over since it stopped working, so.
Well, that's convenient.
I've only been pulled over twice in my life. One was for a speeding ticket when I was a new driver. I've never sped or gotten a ticket since.
That's
the
good.
other time was just a, hey, your taillight's out, just letting you know. So.
No citation, just a.
No, it was just a friendly, like, because I was just like, oh my gosh.
But that little thing, putting the keys on the dashboard